Welcome back to Chapter 5. We're talking about motivation, right? And we've been talking about needs-based motivation. By the way, one of the interesting things you see, we're going to talk about here expectancy theory of motivation. But one of the interesting things you see on late night cable TV is a very interesting exercise in motivation. How do you get someone who's sitting on the couch at 2 a.m. flipping through the channels on TV to send you a Visa card or Visa account number for, I don't know, $500? Right? They're sitting up late. For whatever reason they can't sleep. It's 2, 3 a.m. You need to find somebody who has a job, somebody has money, somebody has a Visa card, right? And get them to send you $500. Right? Interesting situation. Well, people who have money, who have jobs, who are looking to spend money, don't generally wake up at 3 a.m. saying, "Man, I gotta buy this thing right now." Right? It's a difficult proposition. If they have a need, so for instance, they wanted to, I don't know, buy their kid something for Christmas or get a repair completed on their car, they probably have done it, right? Because it's a need. It's on their list of things to do, right? So to get them to send you money, what do you need to do? You need to establish a need. Well, we just said if they had a need because they have some money, they probably already have satisfied some of their needs. To be sure, they have other needs that they haven't satisfied. They wish they could go spend a year on the beach on Fiji, but that's not part of the deal, right? Because, they got to go to work on Monday, right? So they don't have that opportunity. So you need to establish a need. It has to be a need they don't currently have. It has to be a new need, right? So I get a kick out of watching these people. So here's what they do. You watch. It's an hour-long infomercial, right? Sometimes I watch these things. And what happens, they'll have a show where they're going to, they don't try to sell you something because you're not looking to buy something. You're just flipping through channels. So they know they have to establish a need. So what they do is they bring out this guy and they say, this is Bob. And Bob's a good guy. Bob's not greedy. Bob was looking for a way to get his wife nice things. Bob and his wife have been married for a long time, and Bob's a good husband, Bob's a good guy, and Bob wanted to buy his wife something nice. And maybe you're at this point sitting on the couch going, yeah, that's nice. I would like to buy something nice for somebody in my life too, right? And so Bob did not have the means to do this thing. And this show I was watching, they were in Hawaii, right? So Bob made some money and he took his wife to Hawaii on this big, huge vacation and he bought her other nice things. And Bob just looks like a normal person, right? He's not super slick or anything like that. He looks like a very typical EC2. So it's easy to put yourself in his shoes, right? So again, Bob's not aggressive, Bob's not greedy, he's actually being a good guy because he's not looking out to make money and get rich, he's looking out to buy his wife nice things, right? So what they do is they spend about 12 minutes of the first, or 15 minutes of the show, excuse me, and they're talking about the need. The need you might have too. Is there somebody in your life you'd like to do something nice for, right? And more than likely the answer is yes. If not, too bad, they just go on to the next person, right? So anyway, so about this point you're wondering, yeah, I'd like to do something nice for my parent, spouse, child, whatever, right? So maybe it's your organizational behavior professor you want to do something nice for, right? So anyway, so they establish this need. And you think, I wonder how I might do that, right? How'd Bob do that? Where did Bob come up with this money to take his wife to Hawaii on this long vacation and this cruise and whatever else, right? So then they start talking about what Bob knows how to do. What Bob doesn't know how to do is buy houses, fix them up, and flip houses. Or you've seen these ads, buy houses, no money down, they're tax foreclosures, or whatever, right? So Bob did that, and he made a lot of money. And you're thinking, okay, good for Bob, but I don't know how to do that, right? That's okay. They have a method. Usually it's a it's no risk. It's can't fail. They're gonna have this process they're gonna teach you to go through, and you're gonna be able to buy houses with no money down, or flip houses, or invest in gold, or whatever the heck it is they're doing, right? Some magical formula that's easy to get rich, right? And you can tell it's easy to get rich because no one else is doing it but Bob here, right? So, I'm kidding, but anyway. So and then they often sometimes Bob doesn't look too bright even, right? So you think, well, Bob can do it, I can do it, right? So now, so you mean for $500 and a little bit of work, I can solve this need I have. What's this need I have? I'd really like to take my family member on this long vacation to Hawaii or whatever it happens to be, right? So here's a need you didn't know you have, because quite frankly, you didn't. They've established this need in you, right? And then, as luck would have it, they have the answer to fulfill your need, right? They can sell you this set of this DVD that's going to teach you how to buy houses with no money down and flip houses or what have you, right? And all you got to do is pull out your Visa card and send them $500, right? And it's all by its way. It's no risk to you, because if you don't like it, you can just send the DVDs back, right, and get your money back. Yeah, good luck. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, right? But that's the claim. And in fact, some people will get it and they say, well, I liked it a little, so they don't, they just don't feel like it's okay to send them back and get their money back. And they know that, these people, right? So, in summary, right, what have they done? You're sitting there on the couch, all fat and happy, thinking life is good, flipping through the channels on your large screen TV. Turns out you have this need you didn't know about, and you need to impress your family member or give them something very special, something very expensive. You have no means of making that happen, but you do, so you don't have $5,000 for this trip or $10,000 for this trip, but you do have $500, right? And they're going to teach you how, with no money down, to do this whatever thing, right? And that's how they do it, right? They motivate you to do something you weren't going to do before. But they don't just say, here, buy this thing, because you're gonna look at it and say, I'm just sitting up late watching TV. So you're not interested, because you're not in the market, right? So they have to establish a need. So look at all the good stuff you can do, not because you're greedy, because you're a good person. Don't you want to be a good person? Don't you want to be a good husband? Don't you want to be a good spouse or a good child, or to your parents, or whatever it happens to be? You do? Great. We thought you might. So buy this thing from us, and here you go. We'll sell you the magic answer, right? And that's how they do it. So next time you're up late watching these, if an infomercial's on, rather than just skip through it, try to catch the beginning, right? Watch what they do. They don't launch into the hard sell on the thing, right? They launch into the what a good guy Bob is, and the needs they can fill and all that, right? And I really like it. They're actually very clever people how they do this. So the more you know about this, not that I'm suggesting you should do it, but the less likely you are to fall prey to this, right? That's why I like to watch them. I like to check out their technique and how they do it. So next time you're up late, give it a try.